Hello, Earl Pughe here from Music Maker to talk about a Clarence Bluesman Davis tune, Goosa Farm. It's on Clarence's latest CD, Shake It For Me. It's a blues in the key of E. We have three chords. We have an E7, an A7, and a B7. On the E7 chord, we have an arpeggio. We have the E, G sharp, B, D, and then it repeats E, G sharp, B, D, and then we could get another E and a G sharp. On the A7, we have an A C sharp, an E, a G, A, C sharp, E, G, and on the B7, we have a B, a D sharp, an F sharp, an A, B, D sharp, F sharp, A. So, Clarence likes also to use the minor pentatonic scale, which is E, G natural, A, B, D, and then it starts again. E, G natural, A, B, D, E, G. Now, notice that if we take that E7 arpeggio, E, G sharp, B, D, and we take the minor pentatonic scale, E, G natural, A, B, D, we have three notes in common. We have an E, we have a B, and we have a D. Clarence is going to make use particularly of the B and the D, and the intro there is... so he's making use of that intersection between the scale and the arpeggio. Now on the A chord, he's going between two chord tones and then two notes in the minor pentatonic scale. He also likes to approach the third by one fret below. So on the E chord, he might go from a G natural into a G sharp. On the A, he's going to go from the C natural to a C sharp. On the B, he'll play it as a power chord. He'll go from the D natural to the D sharp. Clarence is using notes from the E minor pentatonic scale, but he's also using notes from those arpeggios. So it's a good idea to find those arpeggios. I'm sure that Clarence wouldn't look at it the same way, but he clearly knows his arpeggios. So we've got a 12-bar blues. It has a 3-bar intro, 2 measures on E7, then 2 more beats on E7, and then 2 beats on the B7, and then we're into the form. So, Clarence plays with a thumb pick on his thumb. He brushes with that thumb a lot. So, the thumb pick has got to be fairly tight on your thumb if you want to be able to strum as aggressively as he does. And he'll use the first finger. He uses a finger pick on his first finger. So, he starts off with a slide into the B, then the D, and again, and then down the minor pentatonic scale. Now the low E. And we're going to go straight down the minor pentatonic scale. Hammers into the E, another E, D, B, A, G, E. Then there's an octave leap to a higher E, back to the E. Now we got some chromatic motion. A sharp, B, and then we've got that B7. So he's just playing straight out of the chord shape. Now he's going to do the standard blues shuffle on the E. He's going to go from B on the 5th string to C sharp on the 5th string. on the fourth measure, on the fourth beat, he is, he's about to change to the A7, so he changes from double stops to single notes, C sharp to G, and that kind of sets him up to go into that A, then the C natural to C sharp, then that A. Now we've got that little piece of an A chord, and then the open second and third strings. Got that back to the shuffle on the A. Little piece of the A chord, down to the G, and that's kind of bringing us back to the E chord. Now he does that hammer, G to G sharp, then the high E. So, that was really the top three strings of an E chord. Now we're back to that shuffle, but we've used up one beat, so he's on beat 2 of the shuffle. Now he does that same thing that he did on the A chord, a little piece of the A chord, then 2 notes, open second and third strings, and does that same hammer. And then we're back to the shuffle. Now, we're heading toward the B chord, so we're coming up on a chord change. So once again, he changes it. We got a C sharp, then the B, then the open G. Now we've got the B chord, but he's playing a B power chord on the strings 5 and 4. Now we've got that D to D sharp, then 2 F sharps. Now we've got a G sharp to a B. So that would have been, if he'd been doing the shuffle, he would have used that G sharp. So here he's using the note from the shuffle, but he's not actually quite doing it. So we've got that. And we go from the G sharp to a fretted B, and then open G. That kind of leads us back into the A7. We got that A power chord, C to C sharp, A power chord, then that shuffle note, F sharp, and then we've got the second and third strings open, and we're back to the E. And he hits the low E, and now we're going to slide from A to B. So we slide into the B, then we got 2 Ds, and slide into the B again, 2 Ds. Now we're going to slide from the B down to the A, open G, E to E, octave leap, and we chromatic into the B7. And we got a little piece of the B7 there, just strings 4 and 3. Then he hits the low G, that's leading us back down to that next E chord. So Clarence is playing this really at a pretty up-tempo clip. I've done it much slower in hopes that you'll be able to hear the notes easier and watch the hand motion. So please check out Clarence's CD. There's not a lot of money in streaming for the artist, so please consider buying the CD. It's nice to have the physical copy. And he could use the cash. So please check out the videos on Blues and E on my channel, Earl Pughe. And I hope to see you again in a few weeks, and we'll do another tune.